Hi.
Hey, Jarrod, what's going on?
You going with Jarrod now? You're very colorful today. You look like you're ready for like a beach party.
I went to paddleboard with a friend. When I'm changing on the side of the road after I've finished, it's like a sweatshirt made out of towel. So I put this on and I can change into my shorts and all that stuff just on the side of the road where I go. So
does it have a cool name like a
Snuggie? No, not that I know of. I don't. I mean, it might be, but it's probably something just like a beach dress or something. It's really long. I don't know if you can see.
Doesn't it have like an infomercial probably?
Yeah, and someday it will, just like we will.
Seems like an infomercial.
Remember the mag room?
Remember the mag room, Mark? Remember that? Should I introduce the show? Because it's the real one. We haven't done it in a while.
Just us two?
That and Friday night in the mag room.
All around the world you can hear them. Hey, hey, hey. Talking about using kind of funny stuff. Hey, hey, hey. Mag room. Mag room. The mag room. The mag room.
Yeah, you're right. It's been a while.
That was our original.
A lot of Sundays and Saturdays. No, this feels right. You're right. This feels right. I dressed weird. Larry talked about the guy with the lettuce in his ass last week.
Yeah, what do you have going on in your ass?
Like, maybe I should find my motivation in what I wear or don't wear. So I'm wearing a towel Snuggie. I'm naked under this thing right now, which felt weird. I stopped and bought cigarettes, and I wore this into the convenience store.
You're really you're naked
underneath it. It goes past my knees, but it is still weird to feel your dick moving around so freely. Just like
do you always go naked under that thing?
Well, that's why I have it. I put it on. Okay, so I get done. I'm wet. Take off my shirt, put this thing on, take my shorts off, put new shorts on, take it off, put new shirt on.
But you didn't do the middle. You didn't do the end.
And now I'm dry. So now I'm wearing dry clothes.
But you're not.
Well, I am. I do it every day.
I thought you were naked.
Okay. So normally, I get out of the water, take off my wet clothes with underneath this thing, take this thing off, and I put on dry clothes. Today, it was like starting to rain, and I just figured I'd wear this thing. And then I thought, well, Larry said maybe I should try to find motivation by putting lettuce in my ass. And I thought, well, this is something else that, could.
So you're going to do the podcast naked?
Half. Well, I'm not at all naked, but I feel like I'm naked.
You said, I don't want to be on YouTube, and now you're saying, let's go on YouTube, and I'm going to be naked.
I don't put my toe in the pool. I just jump in, man.
Okay. Well, that sounds great.
Thanks.
I just have my white T-shirt on from work.
You always
I feel kind of like a loser. I have my wife beater on and my pajama pants, and I'm drinking a beer.
Talking to a guy who's wearing a giant towel.
Who's naked under
I'm not naked. You're not naked if I'm wearing something. That doesn't make sense.
Who's wearing some sort of gimmicky man towel that doesn't even have a name.
It's not gimmicky. I will buy. I might get you one of these for Christmas. I got Aaron.
My kids have them.
Yeah.
They have kid versions.
Yeah.
They wear them after the beach all the time. They don't go naked under them though. They leave their suit on and just
what the is the point of that? That doesn't even make sense.
I think it kind of does.
No, you're still
wet.
It
warms you up, and then you get dry because of the towelness.
Well, I feel really weird telling your kids that they're supposed to get naked and put the Snuggie thing
that
on.
Might be you might get in trouble. I mean,
but for you adults out there that ever
if you come to Connecticut ever,
what you should do is take your wet
you.
clothes off and put either this thing on or use this thing to put it on. Put your new dry clothes on. Aaron bought one when he was down here, and then I sent his wife and his daughter one. They're so universally. I don't know.
Did you write in it? Both you need to be naked when you wear this. His wife and daughter.
I did. I said I didn't want to say that to your kids. I just wanted to.
No, I know, but you sent them one. You're like, "Hey, Aaron got one of these. Make sure you wear this when you're naked."
No, I didn't. No, I kind of want to tell people that just in general. You know what I mean?
So that's why this is your public service announcement.
You shouldn't wear clothes if you've got one.
I'm gonna ask Michelle tonight what she thinks of that.
No, don't tell people.
I'll say Mark said the towel, hoodie, man towels that the kids wear, they're supposed to be naked under that. What do you think?
Well, don't say supposed to, because that's creepy, man. Say like
he says they have to be naked.
No, they'll prefer it.
He envisions everyone who's wearing it as naked. Mark does.
He thinks that they would enjoy the towel snuggie more, and not in a creepy way at all, not in a sexual way, just in a comfort level way. You would no longer have your wet clothes on you. I know I'm right, Jarrod, and I know there's a way to say this without sounding as creepy as I think I sound right now.
Yep. Just like human meatballs, same thing.
I'm not that weird, am I?
Anything else? What else you got? Anything new?
I have two things that happened to me this week. One made me feel old, and one made me feel stupid. Which would you rather hear?
I only get to hear one.
I'm only going to tell you one. So you'd rather hear me tell you that I feel old or that I feel stupid?
I'd like to hear the old one.
So I was paddleboarding. I'm sorry that all my stories involve paddleboarding. I just have a very boring fucking life, man.
Nice.
I come to work.
Literally, you go to work, do this podcast, or paddleboard. I'm waiting for the day where you solve a crime because you're on your paddleboard.
Oh, I told my buddy the other day, I was like, I hope we find a dead body one of these days.
Yeah.
So
you were blah, 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 yada, yada. You're paddleboarding again.
Pulled up to my spot and I'm getting off and I'm just walking out to my truck with my thing. And there's a girl and a guy. Was it two girls? I can't remember. But the one girl said,
wait a second. Can I guess?
Yeah.
Were you naked and they saw your shriveled balls and they thought you were old?
No. I'm going to show you my balls right now if you don't let me finish this story.
All right. Sorry.
So she says, oh, hey, that's cool. She asked me just general questions about paddleboarding. Where'd you buy it? How much did it cost? And she said, oh, so do you come out a lot? Yeah, whatever. A couple times a week. I don't know. She just asked me dumb, annoying general questions. And then she goes, so what are you? Are you just like a retired guy who does this instead of going to work? Bitch, it's 6:30. Like, why did I have to be a retired old man? I probably saw her at like 6:30 at night or 7 o'clock at night. It wasn't like,
maybe she thought you were just really rich, not that you were old.
Oh, okay.
You're just into she thinks rich guys have paddle boards that just paddleboard around with their towel snuggies. And
so maybe I shouldn't have drowned her. And
now she's dead.
I wish you had been there when
yeah.
I was like, I don't look like a retired old man that just paddle boards. I mean,
that would be quite a turn to the story that you just executed both.
I killed her. Yeah.
Maybe she just thought you were
I get that I look
young.
old. I get that I no longer look young, but I don't look like I'm like retired guy that just goes out and.
I mean, again, saggy balls, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I didn't show her my balls. I just,
Yeah. When you get to that's the other one you talk about, paddleboarding and things you recently watched on TV.
Well, it's only X-Files. I don't tell a lot of X-Files stories, do I? I do tell DVD stories. Yeah. Is the show any good? Should we just stop?
I don't know.
Do you guys like stories about DVD? I have a lot of DVD stories. I mean, I could tell you about DVDs One
of my favorite stories on this show was the one where you told the one about the movie that I had never seen. Because it was great, because I could just ask questions. I'd never seen the movie. What about the person in the screen who came?
Do you want me to tell you about a movie that I saw this week that I bet you haven't seen? You want to try it again?
Sure.
All right. Have you ever movie? Against All Odds.
I've never seen it.
So you've heard the song, I'd imagine, right?
Who is that? Phil Collins?
Correct.
Yeah. How does it go? Against all odds.
There's a chance I have to take.
Maybe stuff's gonna happen, but it might not, because it's against all odds.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yep. All right.
So, Jeff Bridges. Do you want me to summarize the movie? Is that how the last one that was so radio gold did it kind of go with that?
You sort of tell some of it, but leave some out, and then we ask some questions. I'll ask some questions.
Jeff Bridges plays a professional football player, kind of in the twilight of his career.
Oh, so
I think this was about 82.
It's against all odds whether he'll have another good season. Jeff Bridges?
He was a good-looking dude, man. He's
a good actor. I'm just saying.
He's awesome. I just always pictured him. It just seems like ever since he's been in
he plays a good grizzled man.
Yes, that's what he is. He's a grizzled man. He's a hippie. But in this movie, he's kind of like the heartthrob, and he's I mean, it works. He's a little too pretty almost for a football player.
The movie opens. He's playing football game, but he's not doing as well as he should. You can tell he's on the toilet.
It's like you've seen the movie, Jarrod. I know that you said that you haven't, but
I
that's
haven't seen the movie.
I believe that's the first scene in the movie.
There's some
Yes.
love interest for sure.
Yeah. There was a little exposition right away with football practice. He hurt his shoulder. Oh, Coach, I still got it.
Love interest. There's got to be a love.
No
interest
love
that
interest
shows up.
No love interest from the get-go. If you let people talk instead of want to hear your own voice, you can get some more insight into the story.
I didn't really get to talk a lot last week. You and Larry
didn't.
were just
There were
loving each other, and nobody let me talk, so I didn't.
So you're gonna just jump all over me.
Yeah, I'm never letting you start the show again with your questions because then they think you're the host. So
Oh, okay.
that's
I gotcha.
The last time that'll happen.
Okay. I 100% agree to that. Contractually, whatever.
All right, so football.
Okay, so he's an aging football player, gets kind of like cut from his team, but the owner of the team gets a guy to hire him to go find her lost daughter. Her daughter is living in Mexico, and she wants to bring her back to be
That
a
is
part of the.
quite a twist.
Yeah, right. You thought it was just gonna be like football practice.
So he becomes a private eye.
Yeah.
How does what's the scene where the owner talks him into this as the next move in his career?
Like, I know you were a pretty good tight end. Do you think you'd also be a pretty good private investigator?
Yeah. How does that scene go?
They didn't really hash that out as well as you'd like it to be hashed out. I don't think.
Like what? There has to be some transition.
No. Maybe I should go watch the first 20 minutes or so again and report back to you next
That
week.
does not seem like a lot of overlap between. He was a tight
Between
end.
the two skills.
Yeah.
He looked like he was either a wide receiver or a tight end, and I guess because there's something about me. He was wearing number 87, I think. I thought he
You
was
think
a tight
the
end.
owner would be able to pay money for someone who's actually was their job? Are you allowed to do that?
think it
Just repurpose someone's contract as a football player?
Back in the 80s, I think they didn't have the players union wasn't as strong as it is today.
So
Yeah.
it's like, we're not going to cut you. We're still going to pay you, but we need you to go to Mexico
You have to do
find
an
my
arms
daughter.
deal. You have to do an arms deal in Argentina for the owner.
All right. So he goes to Mexico.
Finds her daughter, falls in love with her.
Oh,
So
this
he
is
jumped the gun a
quick.
little while.
Finds her quick.
He found her, falls in love with her, kind of takes her on the run so that they don't find her. And
Why does he? Because they finds out the owner really wants to do something to her that he doesn't.
yeah, she was with some sleazy businessman guy, and it was
Oh, it's got to get away from him.
James Woods.
Oh, he always plays the sleazy. He's good at sleazy. So where do they go? They leave Mexico?
No. James Woods comes and convinces her, forcefully.
How does James Woods get to find her again? This girl needs to learn how to hide a little bit better.
You'll like this. You'll laugh at this too. You know who Alex Karras is? He was a football player too, but he became an actor. He was George Papadopoulos on
yes.
Webster. He was in that movie. So in the beginning, when they're at they're practicing, they show how what's his name? Jeff Bridges' character, the tight end guy, is friends with one of the coaches, the one who's played by Alex Karras. I don't remember their names.
Okay.
Alex Karras, he's like banging the girl in a Mexican, like what are those
Whorehouse?
No, one of those ruins. They're up at like Teotihuacan,
Aztec ruins?
right? And they're like in with thing, and they're kind of going at it, and then fucking
Where
George
does that come in?
They're living in Mexico, so they went around. She was kind of a hippie.
Which girl is this?
The one that he falls in love with, the
daughter. So
owner's
Jeff
daughter.
Bridges is having sex with her in the ruins.
They fall in love. Yeah, they
Are
go.
you allowed to do that? But it
catches
seems
them.
like that would be against the rules.
Your goddamn rules, dude. People break rules all the time.
I get they would try to break them.
Yes, so they did. They were able to.
There's nobody there. They're just wrecking the ruins with their
ejaculate.
lovemaking.
Yeah.
All right, so Papadopoulos finds them.
He finds them.
Why was he there?
It's the same reason that Jeff. Did I get this annoyed the last time?
Yes, you did.
Jeff Bridges. They figured out that Jeff Bridges had like fallen in love with her and taken her on the run.
So he cut another football player and sent him down as another.
Well, the coach this time. He sent like his offensive coordinator.
Oh,
I think it might have been his defensive coordinator actually.
they don't need the defense anymore. He's like, you're fired, but you need to go find.
Well, dude, he got murdered. So he got murdered, and then like not that long after,
Papadopoulos gets murdered.
because he accidentally. He finds them like making love in a Mayan cave, and he's like, "Hey, just let me take her back to the owner." And he's like, "No, I love her," and popped out there. You know, a fiasco ensues.
Fight, tussle
ensues, and gun obviously goes off onto the floor. They're punching each other very theatrically, and then the girl, somehow he gets shot. I forget, she's like pointing the gun at him, like telling him to stop, and the gun goes off, and Papadopoulos gets shot. He dies. Oh, I'm so sorry. And they leave.
Sorry he got shot?
No, I was being Jeff Bridges there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Basically, I'm sorry I shot you.
You were doing the like I'm shot motion.
I know.
And
I
said
think
you were sorry.
they both were sorry because he was sorry for other things.
Because he didn't teach him a good defensive
coordinator. Yeah, he should have been going with the 3-4 all season, but he didn't. It just, yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't draw up the plays for you like he liked. Jeff's like, all right, I'm also.
That's not why I shot. I swear, that's not why I shot you.
I'm also kind of sorry you're dying. This movie sounds terrible.
It was good. You should see it.
What's there out here though? There's no out. They just got to run forever.
The girl goes back. She gets sick of trying to hide and run and stuff, so she goes back.
So she ditches Bridges.
Exactly. Ditches Bridges. He shows up at her house to like talk to the owner, and she's there with James Woods. Yeah.
So she gets back together with Woods?
Yeah. Just because she was her life was in shambles, I guess, trying to
So here, let me guess.
There's
an encounter, confrontation. Woods is going to like end up killing Bridges, but she ends up like sacrificing herself and saves Bridges.
No, they just kind of go their separate ways at the end.
Oh, wow.
And then that Phil Collins song comes on. So
that's the end of the movie. He doesn't see her again. That's it.
No, he sees her, but they go their separate ways. They're two birds passing in the night. You should watch it. It was good. It was a very cool.
It doesn't sound good.
Yeah, because you pick everything apart without having seen it, and you just make your own goddamn stupid assumptions based on me trying to make you laugh.
You just said a football player was hired, like cut by his owner, and then he goes on the secret mission.
Yeah, but we cut out 25 minutes of fucking action that explains why. Maybe I forgot a part that would have explained it, but why don't you just?
All right. Did you ever read the Choose Your Own Adventure books?
I used to read a lot of those. Can't really remember them very well. Go ahead. Tell me more.
All right. Well, this is by Leslie Jameson from the Jameson from the New Yorker.
You fucking it.
I don't do well with names. You were a girl who wanted to choose your own adventures, which is to say you were a girl who never had adventures. You always followed the rules, but when you ate an entire sleeve of graham crackers and sank into the couch with a Choose Your Own Adventure book, you got to imagine that you were getting into trouble in outer space or the future under the sea. You got to make choices. Do you ask the ghost about her intentions or run away, or do you rebel against alien overlords or blindly obey them? So there was two men, Edward Packard, who was a lawyer who came up with the concept while telling bedtime stories to his two daughters, and Ray Montgomery, who put out Packard's first book in 1976. Each of them eventually went on to write nearly 60 titles. The most
60 titles and almost 300 million copies sold?
270 million.
Yeah, damn.
The kids helped him out with the ideas, and Packard paid his children 35 cents an hour to read his manuscripts and offer feedback. So they had two different styles. So if you remember, I don't know if you remember the books. I've read these recently with my kids. They like them. While Packard was invested in constructing logical cause and effect correlations between choices and their outcomes, aspiring to decisions that rewarded an analytical approach.
The other guy usually wrote his while he was high on mescaline.
Exactly. Montgomery's books read more like fever dreams.
Oh.
Absurd and off the wall, featuring a well-organized ant bureaucracy, a planet full of babies morphing rapidly into liver-spotted elders, and plenty of stoned in a dorm room epiphanies. So, yeah, I just thought they were cool.
So what was the point? Did he die? No, he's not dead.
No, it's just about the books. And The story would have been better if you remembered them. But how about like, ultimately it's a fun thought process though of you have decisions, right, in your life that you make, and then something happens and then you regret maybe that decision.
And every thing that you've ever done since that decision was made.
You think there's something where you could turn back to a decision that you would not make it?
Do I have anything that I regret in my life? I don't know. I've thought about that before. I don't know. If you have one regret, then you have 1,000 regrets, you know? I don't know that I have one regret that I have more than any others.
But there's not one decision that you feel like, wow, that sent me on a
downward spiral that I've yet to recover from.
Now that I'm wearing a towel naked and
it's a Friday night. I'm wearing a towel, sitting half naked in front of the camera.
There's no.
I don't know. How do you think my life's going, Jarrod?
Anyone who shared a laugh with a friend knows how deeply bonding humor can be. So it stands to reason our future robot companions have a better chance.
Oh, God damn it. End this story now. Fuck
and
that.
affection if they can laugh with us. But just because robot tells jokes doesn't mean it can respond to them appropriately. Did a comment warrant a polite robot giggle or an out-loud belly laugh? The right response could mean the difference between an approachable android and a metallic bore. All right, so there's this study team.
So there's like robot versions of me and you then.
Yeah. It's research into developing an AI conversational system focused on shared laughter to make the chatter between robots and humans more natural. They envision it be integrating into existing conversational software for robots and agents, which are already learning to detect emotions.
Awesome.
And deal with open-ended complexity like vague human commands.
Can't you please stop reading these stories? Just let me ignore the fact that this kind of shit exists.
The key is that the system not only recognizes laughter, it also decides whether to laugh in response and then choose the right type of laughter for the occasion. So your robot friend is also a dick. Like, that joke wasn't very well.
That'd be cool. It would be comedically worth it if you got a robot that didn't laugh at your jokes, but he laughed at all of my jokes.
He's like, yeah, Jarrod, I'm making Mark a cinnamon roll right now.
What is Mark's address? I'd like to send him a t-shirt.
Your jokes are terrible. I'm going to send Mark a t-shirt. So how do you feel about that?
You know exactly how I feel about it. That's why you brought the goddamn story. I hate it.
But I'm saying, so you don't like people.
I don't like people or robots.
But what if you had a robot that you could hang out with?
No.
Like, you wouldn't have to hang out with
I'd rather
me.
hang out with a person.
Like, you could laugh at your jokes.
I like people more than I like robots. How about that?
But maybe the robot.
There are people that I like.
How many?
4. There are 4 people that I like
People
to
have
talk
to
to.
guess who they are. All right.
No, it's just creepy, man. Like that.
I agree.
What's all that stuff? Having chips implanted in your brain to do things for you. Well, the shaving thing that I came up with, I thought was worth it. Even upon re-listening, I was like, I'd still do it. Hell yeah.
That's cool. I think I was trying to be funny, but you know what? I would do that. I would do some
but
shit.
I don't know. Why do we need robot? Like, whatever.
People like people laughing at their jokes. I
People
feel like that would
robots
be.
laughing
I mean,
at-
all these robot things people get scared of. I feel like once they make them where they would be your friends,
Yeah,
people will buy them like crazy.
That's the hoodwink, man. That's how they. Yeah,
Yes.
obviously.
Because they'll never have to talk to a real person again or try to figure out how to make a real person like them. They just have to talk to their robot. What if the robot knew what you liked? Maybe your robot goes paddleboarding with you. He's really good at that. He also has a compartment where you can.
If he
store
starts to piss me off, if I push him in the water, will he do a cool like 80s style electrocution thing?
Just for fun, yeah. He's not really electrocuted because it'll be waterproof, but
okay.
But he also has a compartment where he stores your towel and dry clothes and your cell phone. And
I'm gonna stick with my human friends.
if you told him you didn't want him to talk anymore, he wouldn't talk. If you said play a podcast, he could play.
The entire concept of artificial intelligence really sort of uneases me.
Okay, well maybe this is instead. Maybe you need another different pet then.
No, I don't want a robot pet.
This is story number 2 of danger.
This is a robot pet. I'd like you to
No.
skip it, please.
So there's a guy in Australia who kept a wild kangaroo as a pet. What do you think about that?
Go on. I'd like to judge after hearing the facts of this story.
Okay. He was killed by the animal in Southwest Australia, police said Tuesday. It's the first fatal attack by a kangaroo in Australia since 1936.
So it took 90, 80.
Yeah, it's a long time.
Okay, so I'm still on board. That's
Just-
rare enough.
Okay. Well, how
I
many
mean-
people do you think keep? Well, we would need some more.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, if
we
no
need a
one is
sample
keeping
size.
them as
if only
pets.
2 people, if the other guy was the only other one in 1936.
You're not allowed to just keep them as pets.
Okay, this is in Australia, you said, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Like I'm sure here you could have them as a companion, like the guy with the alligator.
I think there's a great story about that happened within the past year up here. A guy that had a kangaroo, has nothing to do with the kangaroo, but he murdered his girlfriend, and like I think he
That's
buried
quite
her.
a-
He
quite a
buried her in
pivot.
Hungry Land. Well, that's the type of people that buy kangaroos as pets, I think, is what I'm getting at.
So a guy in Florida.
Right? You would have never thought.
Yeah, I know. They're usually so. Just like, hey, Florida person goes to the convenience store and buys yodels.
His cat welcomes him upon arrival at home.
The end. Another boring story night.
So in this case,
Florida.
the kangaroo was not the perpetrator of the crime. He wasn't the.
Maybe it had something to do with it, though.
He might have plotted with the guy to kill the girlfriend, but something about
Right,
the
can
pouch,
you-
I would imagine.
Can't prove that. Like, you could hide a gun in the pouch for sure.
Yeah, put the
What if
ashes
you're
in
like-
the pouch.
If you're just with your girlfriend and you have, like, I have a gun, baby. And then the kangaroo hops in. You're like, hey,
Wait, why was she already suspicious that you had a gun, though? That was a
Joey,
weird
well, you're
setup.
arguing. And
Oh.
he's like, hey,
Are you
hey,
gonna pull
Jo-
your gun on me again?
hey, Joey, what's up? Kangaroo comes in, and then you just go in the pouch and go, and then you put the kangaroo fingerprints all over it and put it back in the pouch. Think he tried to frame the kangaroo?
I wish I could remember the facts of the case. I just
What was the
remember.
lead of the story? That the man owned a kangaroo or that he killed his girlfriend?
I want you to tell me how. I'm pretty sure I remember how it was. What do you think would have been the headliner? What do you think would have caught the people's attention?
Kangaroo man murders
Yes.
girlfriend.
Bam! You should write news. You should write for the newspaper and yeah, something.
That's
I
serious?
believe something like that. Yeah. You don't have to do it now, but when the show's over, go and
Because
Google.
man
like,
murders girlfriend is there's probably a
oh
bunch
yeah,
of,
Whew, Jesus.
but you're gonna read you did.
Yeah.
Kangaroo man reads and then you're like, wait, is it a man that's part kangaroo? Is it a
Yeah.
man that lives among the kangaroos?
And I have like a tenuous connection to him. I forget, like it was like a 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon type of thing. Like I know somebody that knows him type of thing.
Wow.
And yet I can't remember any of the facts of the case. It's like you in the
That's-
train that hit the guy,
It's a great story.
which I bet you never went and found out anything about.
I didn't. I'm sorry.
Thanks. Yeah. So stop criticizing me.
Where are you guys from?
All right. Well, I have one more story. So
Yeah.
do you fly on planes?
I have, yeah.
Do you like going on planes?
I don't mind being on a plane. I sleep. I fall asleep on planes.
So how do you like? That's it. You just go in. What if somebody wants to talk to you?
I fall asleep right away. Like before the plane takes off, I'm asleep.
So
And
you
I
think you have some sort of? Is there a disease where the plane
I think I'm just
makes
so.
you fall asleep, or you're overwhelmed with?
I
Are
think
you
it's the
scared?
opposite. No, dude. I think I think it's almost like the opposite. Like
So you could never pilot.
I'm so
a
at
plane.
peace. I'm so at peace with myself. Yeah, I probably shouldn't be behind the wheel.
Just fall asleep.
I'm just so at peace with myself that I can sleep in a flying, possible death trap.
So every time you've flown, that's what's happened.
I slept on the entire trip from when I went to Greece. We stopped in Germany, and from here to Frankfurt, I slept the entire way.
There might be a skill. Like people would love to sleep on planes. All right. Well, I don't think so. There was this flight to Honolulu from California, Long Beach, right? That's in California, on Southwest. And I want you to tell me how you would feel if you were on this flight.
Okay.
So we teamed up with Guitar Center to surprise a flight full of customers flying out of Long Beach with a ukulele and a lesson. By the time they arrived in Honolulu, they were pros. And literally there's a picture of all the passengers holding up a ukulele in the flight.
Okay. would I have wanted
So
to
how would you
participate
feel
in that?
about that? Yeah, how would you feel? Well, you would
think I'd be-
fall, I guess, would you be able to sleep through that is the question?
No, and it might be kind of, I don't know. I might be into that. I wouldn't mind learning how to play like a tiny little bit of ukulele. That'd be a fine skill for me to have.
I think I would murder people. I mean, Long Beach to Hawaii, I think it's double the time from California to Connecticut. I think it's
Is it?
So it's like a 5-6 hour flight probably.
Can I have brought a gun on the plane with me?
No, it's not.
I didn't sneak anything through
No.
security.
It's not like
Yeah.
you feel like everybody's just going to be strumming nice tunes. And how did they even teach you? Like you're in your seat.
Same way the lady shows you how to do the
Like maybe
pull the cord.
Are you going to elbow people on the other end?
Yeah,
Or?
it's gonna be a fucking nightmare. Yeah, you made a dumbest decision in your life, Johnny Strummer from Ukuleles Incorporated. But we decided to pay you to annoy the shit out of 240 people or whatever it was. So do your thing.
I would complain about it at the end.
That being said, I wouldn't mind someone just giving me a ukulele and
I don't know if you
like
get to keep. Did you get to keep the ukulele?
Oh, if you don't get to keep the ukulele, I'm out. And I'm not joking. I'm being serious. I have to keep the ukulele for me to care about this. I have a bomb. Did I tell you guys I have a bomb strapped to my stomach right now? Get me the off this plane.
Yeah, you just get a lesson for 4 hours and then you have to give back the ukulele.
Yeah, 4 hours. Yeah. All right. So yeah, the whole thing does start to. I thought it sounded kind of charming and quaint at first, and now it's going to give me anxiety.
Yeah, and you're not going to be able to sleep. All right, should I do the end?
Yeah, do something. Yeah, of course. Wrap it up.
Produced by Kanye West. Theme song by Maggie Yellox. Email moogaandcisco@gmail.com. We're lighting it up on social media, Instagram and Twitter, the Magroom Pod. I guess we probably need some video to get some.
Smash that subscribe button.
Smash it. We haven't done a contest in a while. Maybe we need to do a contest next week for a t-shirt.
Yeah, I would like that.
We didn't really even get that many emails from this last episode either. I feel like whenever we put out 2 episodes, it overwhelms our listeners, and that's all they can handle. It was like, I had to listen to an hour of your effing show this week. I can't handle writing an email as well. All right, well, stick with the mag room, and everything else is cream cheese.
Ooh, ooh, I like my groom. I like my groom. Ooh, ooh, my groom is good. My groom is good. Ooh, ooh, I like my groom. I like my groom. Ooh, ooh, my groom is good. My groom is good. The my groom's good. Ooh, ooh, I like my groom. I like my groom. Ooh, ooh, my groom is good. My groom is good.
I don't have any other friends.